Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be going over some tried and tested methods I use for painting Space Marines. And in this particular video I'm going to be concentrating on Ultramarines because everyone loves Ultramarines. So firstly I'm going to be using some Macragge Blue. I'm going to be taking this straight from the pot just because it's faster, and obviously using an appropriately sized brush for this. So now I'm going to be using the Macragge Blue to lay down a nice even base coat over the whole model, making sure to get all of the armour covered. And here he is after that first base coat is on. Still needs a bit of time to dry. So now that our nice smooth base coat is dry, time to add another one. So that's the main armour colour on, looking good so far. So now I'm going to be using some Nuln Oil to shade the miniature, and just trying to get a nice even coat all over and not allowing that paint to pool anywhere, and just getting into the recesses and bringing the details out. So the next step will be to add some highlights. I'm not going to be doing any edge highlighting here, again just to speed things up. Bit of dry brushing with some Calgar Blue here. Just going around the miniature nice and methodically here, making sure not to miss anything, just to bring all those details out. Next I'm going to be painting in some black, mainly on the gun casing, again using an appropriately sized brush for this. Nice thin coat there, and again just making sure not to miss anything. Using some more black to fill in the bits between the armour. I used this particular Marine because he wasn't wearing a helmet, so I could demonstrate painting faces as well. So I've just given him a nice coat of Cadian flesh tone there, and adding some Retributor armour onto the shoulder pauldrons as well. So I'm going to be using some Dark Oath flesh here in order to shade the face and to give it some more definition. And I was also able to use the same colour in order to shade the gold as well. A little Mephiston red here to paint in the eye lenses on the helmet that's on his belt. So now a particularly tricky bit, which is the eyes. This is something I still struggle with. It's very important to have a very good tip on your brush. Just putting a bit of Corax white in there and then dotting in the pupils with some black. And now a nice smile, because Marines do tend to be a bit miserable. And now to add some decals to his armour. Most people will tell you to use Microsol and Microset. I'm using super glue and putting on the appropriate transfer there. And a little bit more super glue over the top just to keep it protected. So a miniature is never finished until the base is done, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm adding some PVA glue to the base here, and then he's going to get a dunk into my homemade basing material. As we're trying to get through this relatively quickly, there's no need to wait for the super glue on the decals to dry. And here is the final result, all finished. Looking good and pretty striking, I think. I genuinely hope this video has been useful and maybe picked up a few tips. And yeah, I will see you all soon.